channel. Today we are going to learn how to do changing colors within a green square. What you will need is a size 5.5mm book. You will need some contrasting and your main color yarn, some scissors, and a tapestry needle for weaving in all your ends. Once you have all of those materials, let's head over to the table and get started. See you soon! Changing colors is actually very easy to do within a green square. And all we're going to be doing is starting off in this little corner of our mini green square. And you will need your contrasting color, and I am using dark blue this time. And we will start off working around the green square with our different colors. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so let's go ahead and grab our contrasting color and form a slip knot. Take your hook, slip it through the slip knot, and give it a little tug. And make sure it's not too tight on your hook. And grab that corner that you're going to be working at, and go ahead and do a slip stitch. There we go. That is how you join new yarn to your green square. Okay, from here on out, we are just going to act like this is a normal green square. So now what we want to do is chain 3. And that would count as our first double crochet. And then do 2 more double crochets right into that same corner. And that would be our first group or shell. There, 1. And there's 2. And just as a reminder, to form our new corner, we are just going to chain 2 and then do another cluster of 3. And sometimes they are referred to as shells. Just go ahead and do 3 more double crochets right into that same corner. And if you need to, you can just tie those double crochets together to make it tighter and to give you a bit more space. And 1 more. And go ahead and chain 1 for the spacer. Alright, for our second shell, we are just going to repeat the steps that we did for our first shell over here. So what we want to do is go ahead and double crochet 3 times right into that corner. Okay, chain 2, and do 1 more cluster or shell right into that same space. You're going to repeat that all the way around until you reach the end of row 1. Once you have 3, chain 1 for the spacer, and repeat the steps for the next 2 corners. Now we'll meet you back at the end of row 1. At the end of row 1, your square should be starting to look a little bit more like a square like this. And the reason why I'm calling this number 1 is because I had already did the real row 1 before I started this. And I'm calling this row 1 for the changing of the colors. So if you want to continue on and add another row of the same color that you're doing right now, you can go ahead and do that. I am just going to go ahead and show you how to change colors to continue on your pattern. So go ahead and chain 1 for the spacer and slip stitch right into the top of that third chain. And all you need to really do is just pull your hook through that top and do a slip stitch. And there is the end of your row. So grab your scissors, snip off the tail, and you're ready to start your original color or another color. So I went ahead and rolled in all my ends that were at the top and on the back, but you can wait and weave in all your ends later if you wanted to. So, with that being said, we can go ahead and start row 3. And row 3 is going to start the same way that we did row 2. So go ahead, grab your hook in your original color or the contrasting color of your choice, do a slip knot, and insert your hook right through the top of that corner. And we are just going to do the same thing that we did for row 1 for the changing color. And slip stitch through that knot. We want to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And go ahead and do your first cluster or your first cell. And remember that is 3 in one group. And your chain 3 always counts as a double crochet. There's my first cluster. I'm going to chain 2 for the corner and complete my second cell or cluster. And that is 3 double crochets. Just remember at the end of your second cluster you want to chain 1 for the spacer. And then go ahead and go right into that space. And we're going to do 1 cluster or cell. And that is 3 double crochets right into that little space. There's 3. I'm going to chain 1 for the spacer. And repeat the process for the cell right into that corner all over again. So 2 clusters or cells and then the chain 2. And I will meet you back at the end of row 3. As this is technically row 3 for our little granny square. Alright, I've just finished my last cluster for row 3, and I'm just going to chain 1 and insert my hook right into the top of that chain 3. And if you want to secure it, you can go ahead and just slip stitch right into the next one. And for my part, I am done with changing colors, so I'm going to go ahead and grab my scissors, snip up my yarn, pull my yarn through, and do a nice little tail. But if you want, you can continue on using the same method for row 2 and row 3. And that is how you change colors within a granny square.